2K TV. Mike, thank you as well. Every time you're on, we are all listening and paying attention.
Well, thanks so much for having me. It's exciting being here and seeing you guys. Taking a little break from work, but I'm going to go get back to it right now.
Yeah, it was awesome, and thank you so much for talking to the 2K community. I know they appreciate that so much, and like they said, OGs recognize you, we all recognize you, you're doing a
Traffic heading in and out of down. Now it's terrific attitude. It makes him very tough to handle. David, thank you. And checking out Utah's opening lineup. Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the small forward position. And for the Timberwolves, they've got Beasley. He's out there with Russell. And it's Towns in at the center. Now here's Towns. Now Hernangomez over Ingles. Hernangomez, no good. And there's the call on Karl-Anthony Towns. That is his first foul of the game. Steve, we know it's a long season for the players, but talk about the coaches.
Kevin, you've seen it. Those coaches that are on a hot seat, they have those bags under their eyes, no sleep. Those coaches that have a long contract and they're winning, they're pretty good. And I think the coaches that sleep well is the coaches that have teams that they know that kind of runs themselves.
4 on the shot clock. Conley with the 3. Hernangomez grabs the miss. Here's Okogie. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Beasley against Mitchell. No good from outside. And so Gobert will bring it up for the Jazz. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
We've talked about it before. Unselfish, great awareness. Ingles willing to turn down the shot if someone can break free.
Here's Okogie. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Mitchell kicks to Conley. The Jazz working the ball around now. Pass to Gobert. Tips it. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Right there, it's who wants the basketball the most, and it's Joe Ingles creating the extra possession.
To the inside. Here's Hernangomez. And that one drops for him.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now, here is O'Neal. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City.
And it wasn't just the scoring. He also impacted the game on the glass. Terrific all-around effort.
Here's Ingles. Hernangomez grabs the miss. And his teammates call him old man, say he looks like a 40-year-old farmer. But Joe Ingles, Smitty, much more than meets the eye.
You know what, Kevin? He's a star in his role. He's gotten better and better. He's a guy who can impact winning on a nightly basis.
That one's not going to go. So Utah will take it the other way. Mitchell passes to O'Neal. Good work there as it goes.
That time, a lot of young guys would have jacked up a shot. Patience. Man flashes open. Mitchell delivers the basketball on time.
Now here's Towns, providing around 26.5 points a game. Rarely has an off night. Beasley for 3. Ingles with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And here's the fast break. Here's Okogie. Gobert with the defensive effort.
Great defensive effort, just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
Now, here's Mitchell. 11 points for him in that last game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
He was very active on defense, too, recording 3 steals for the game.
Here's Okogie, trailing by 2, outside Towns. 1:03 left in the first quarter. The pass to Russell. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Being a lottery pick often comes with high expectations, but Russell has shaped into a quality NBA player.
When Gordon Hayward left the Jazz 3 summers ago, some expected a rebuild. Instead, they hit gold with Donovan Mitchell and kept on trucking.
And the Jazz making a change here. Ed Davis is checked in for Joe Ingles. George Niang comes in for O'Neal. Clarkson, he's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And it's Mudiay in for Mike Conley. Now, here's Mudiay. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
So good at the rim, a slow defensive rotation leads to the easy lay.
Here's Russell. It's a 3-point game. Johnson, the pass to Layman. 20 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Niang. Drops in the breakaway layup.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Timberwolves have gone just 2 of 8 shooting so far, just 25%. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Has to Gobert. And there it is for him.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
They're playing well. They're building momentum. This is how they can turn a small lead into a big one.
And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket? And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's the Jazz up by 4. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center.
The ups and downs of injuries.
Great work ethic is the key. Conley stayed at it.
And a player that's known for keeping his composure, that helps also. He weathered those early challenges and just stayed positive.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, from what we've been watching with the Jazz, what are you guys seeing out there?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for Minnesota, they've got James Johnson, Culver out there with Layman, and it's Reed in at the 5 down low. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, D'Angelo Russell was traded from the Lakers and, in his words, was kicked on the way out. He's become an all-star in Brooklyn. Russell said, it's a heck of an accomplishment. That respect from your peers, your coaches, other teams, it's a great feeling. Kevin, given how it started for him in L.A., many remain shocked by Russell's rapid ascent.
Coming into his own, you're right, David. Thank you. Noel. Pass to Culver. Second shot opportunity. And with that shot, the Jazz lead is cut down to 6 and the bucket from Layman.
How about the recognition from Culver? Terrific at realizing when the defense has broken down.
Davis kicks to Niang. Clarkson passes to Niang. Now here's Davis. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
Yet another player from the 2019 draft class who wasn't a top high school recruit. Jarrett Culver, 3-star guy, thin, unrefined, but in that sophomore year of college, boy, did he surprise some folks.
Joe Ingles, who's checked in for Utah. Johnson, the pass to Reed. Banked in off the glass.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the deep thinking jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
And Greg, when you talk about Culver, the one thing he did show in high school, and again showed at Texas Tech, the ability to score.
Yeah, and he creates and makes shots against great defenders. Every team in the NBA is looking for that. His jumper, his handle, his ability to move without the ball, already NBA-level stuff.
Niang, and he banks in the layup. Niang's got his second basket of the night.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
And the call will be against George Niang. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Utah. O'Neal's checked in for George Niang. Mitchell comes in for Jordan Clarkson, and it's Mike Conley in for Mudiay. Beasley dishes to Towns. Back to Beasley. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. And a moment to check out now what Utah has coming up. On Friday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans. Then on Saturday, they'll be taking on Jonas Valanciunas and the Memphis Grizzlies.
In that game against the Lakers, they can't come out playing timid. Just because they're facing the top team in the West, you've got to play your game, minimize mistakes, and if they do that, they got a chance at the W.
Conley with the three. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. They'll be off to Oklahoma City for a meeting with the Thunder after this one. Hit the road with that, the first of a 5-game run. Here's Culver. Not going to go that time. And it's Utah the other way. Here's O'Neal. And Culver pulls it down.
How is it possible? Wide open, too.
Beasley with a clean look. No good with the triple.
Uncontested look. Can't fault the shot selection. He's money from there.
Ingles passes to Davis. Nice ball movement by Utah. Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession. This gives us the chance to view the best three-point shooting teams this season. The real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. The Jazz second.
No doubt, they have snipers on that roster, that's for sure. It's been a terrific year for them from beyond the arc.
Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Mitchell outside. Back to Conley. On the wing, Ingles. He dishes it to Mitchell. Ingles passes to Mitchell. He kicks it to Ingles. Pass to Davis. And there's the feed to Ingles. A reverse. It's in there. Davis with the assist. Davis has got his third assist on the night.
This is the thing about Ingles. He's got the size and the strength to play with physicality.
Here's Beasley. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Beasley's got his first points in this one.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them. Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
But you know, this is where your patience is tested. If you shoot too quickly, you give your opponent a chance to close out the quarter.
That will count, and it's good. But hold on, the officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Utah found themselves in a close game in the first. They were on a nice little roll in that opening. And that does it for our...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. One of the stories here, Joe Ingles getting it done today.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
Checking out the group for Quinn Snyder to start the second half. Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the 3 spot. Well, Smitty, the game is evolving. We know that. New moves and techniques developed. Talk about some that have grown in popularity since the time of your retirement to now.
You know, the step back is one, and then also the step back is one. The Euro step, and I think also guys right now being able to launch their bodies into guys. I don't want to say it's a move, but that's how guys are playing. Because you can't hand check, guys are throwing their body into the defender on the move even more.
And Gobert kicks to Mitchell. Down low. Makes it off the glass. Ingles has got 4 this quarter.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And Beasley, here we go. Misses from close range.
Shut down. This is the way you play defense. This is how you protect the rim.
And Matador defense That's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
And here's the fast break. Here's O'Neal. It's hauled in by Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Hernangomez passes to Russell. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
With a gentle touch inside. Russell really improving as a finisher.
Conley finds Mitchell. Now Gobert, covered by Beasley. Back to Gobert. Kicks it out to Mitchell. To the paint. Shoots from 12. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. O'Neal's got the lead up to 12 now for Utah.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. And the rejection by Towns.
And his foot movement is what makes Towns such a terrific shot blocker. He moves so well and can defend just about any position on the floor.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. George Niang comes in for Joe Ingles, and it's Clarkson in for Donovan Mitchell.
Defensively, you have to tighten up on him or suffer the consequences.
Towns with the steal. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance.
And a terrific job on both ends of that sequence. Very slick steal and great transition offense.
And you look at how Towns is so effective on offense, and it's because he really has the entire package for a big man. Back to the basket, facing up, playing outside or in, off the bounce or on the catch. This guy can do it all.
Russell inside, covered by Conley. Russell passes to Towns. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And Greg, as you said, it's the skill level of Towns at his young age that is so incredible.
Very capable 3-ball shooter, but he likes backing you down on the block as well. You step back and look at what he can do for a team, and there aren't really any holes in his game.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Culver's checked in. Gobert can't hit. Another shot. Davis finds Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
And Gobert, even when he gets hit, maintains his focus on the bucket and gets it to go.
Joe Ingles is checked in for the Jazz. Utah shooting their first free throw of the evening. Now the pass to Russell. Here's Johnson. It's stolen by Moutier. And now Utah fast break. Ingles with the ball. And foul call. Looks like they had a clear path to the basket. He'll be shooting 2 free throws. And they'll retain possession. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
What we're seeing lately from Ingles, he's a two-way threat. Has the size, length, and instincts to affect both ends of the floor.
Okogie's checked in for the Timberwolves. Here's Niang. He's guarded by Johnson. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Timberwolves trail by 14. Here's Okogie. He feeds it to Johnson. There's 39 seconds left to play in the third. 6 on the shot clock. To the inside. A second chance effort. No good on the shot. The Jazz go the other way with it. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Moutier against Russell. Shoots. Gobert trying to get open. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Jazz lead by 16.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Got it up. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And here. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Russell is out there with Beasley. Then it's James Johnson. And it's Reed in at the center, locking down the middle. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. No good from Beasley.
At some point, when you recognize someone's this out of rhythm, you have to shift to something else.
And Gobert kicks to Clarkson. Nice ball movement by Utah. Mitchell outside. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Juan Hernangomez, he's checked in for Minnesota. Timberwolves trail by 16. Here's Russell. Here's Reed. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got his 6th rebound on the night.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead. Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Joe Ingles. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. O'Neal's checked in for the Jazz. Mike Conley comes in for Moutier. Conley against Russell. Pass to Reed. From 15 feet away, a rebound by the Jazz. Gobert's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Goes up on the wing, and O'Neal gets it to go. And the Jazz lead by 20.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Reed the pass to Russell. Now, Smitty, if you were playing today, who would you least like to see coming at you on a fast break?
I think in his prime, it would be LeBron James. Russell Westbrook is another guy I'd be kind of afraid of. I know it'd be a collision. But I say right now, it has to be Giannis because of the force and his jumping ability and the way he just glides to the rim.
Yeah, it'd be a nightmare. You're right. Timberwolves trail by 18. Here's Beasley, and that one good.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
Mitchell kicks to O'Neal. Ingles passes to Mitchell. Now Gobert. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
Few players in the league do a better job of finding the open man than Mike Conley.
Passes it to Hernangomez. The shot comes out. Gobert with the defensive effort. Mitchell outside. Got a piece of it inside. And slam dunk by Gobert.
You know, I'm happy for Gobert. You hate to get pigeonholed as a player. He's been a force on both ends tonight.
Easily in the post. Covered by Mitchell. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession.
And this has been a comedy of errors. I mean, you can just add another one to the list.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Towns is checked in to the middle. Towns with the steal. Fast break, Minnesota. Here's a Kogi. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Mitchell dishes to Ingles. We've got 1:23 left in the 4th quarter. And Gobert kicks to O'Neal. Conley with the 3. Rebound, Minnesota.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Utah.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games. And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for Rudy Gobert.
He played with a lot of fire, a lot of heart, especially on the glass. He's one of those guys who acts like every rebound is his, and many of them were tonight.
Ingles finds Conley. And here is O'Neal. Mitchell passes to Gobert. Kicks it out to Mitchell. At the elbow, it's Gobert. Pass to O'Neal. Back to Gobert. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Here's Vanderbilt. Bucket's good.
He couldn't have played it better. There was just enough.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Recognize you, you're doing a great job, and we cannot wait for Next Gen and this next 2K21 launch.
Appreciate it, and we hope the community loves all the effort that's going in, because there's going to be some great stuff for them this year.
The state cap and nothing. Well, the right DA, a big lift for their offense, and he defends too. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Dort in at the 3 spot. And for Utah, Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Paul. Passes it to Gilgeous-Alexander. 5 on the clock. Gallinari trying to get open. Gilgeous-Alexander, good. Of course, we know these teams have great perimeter play, and they rely on it a lot.
It feels as though, Kevin, the current rules in today's game favor ball handling. They favor shooting ability. They want high-scoring games with an ability to go unimpeded to the basket. And what it translates to me, it translates to pretty free-flowing basketball. You've seen the game evolve over the years, Kevin. What's your take on it?
I love the way that we see guys with great handles that can shoot and penetrate. I love the bigs outside. I got to tell you, Doris, there's nothing about the game I don't like right now.
I'm right there with you.
Gobert with the defensive effort. Mitchell outside. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Donovan Mitchell has got the size and the skill to score over the bigs on the interior. That's easy work for this young man.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. No one near Conley as he lets it go. Traps in the tray.
Well, to me, it's critical that Mitchell continue to focus on hitting the guys who are open. We know he can score the ball.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Adams. Keeps it alive. It's good on the putback.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
And there's the pass to Ingles. The Jazz working the ball around now. Mitchell finds Gobert. And foul on the shot. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Call for 3. That shot, no good. Good work defensively by Conley. Mitchell outside. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. And it's Conley that time on the assist by Mitchell. So for the Jazz, their last game a loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Here's Gallinari. Adams. And it's Adams on the follow.
We are talking about a big-time offensive rebounder, and Steven Adams unafraid to impose his will with that frame.
Now here's Conley. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Ball against Conley. From deep, Gallinari. Gobert pulls it in. Jazz leading by 7. Here's Ingles. Lays it up off the glass.
Joe Ingles has a great feel for understanding when to shoot the jump shot or when to attack off the bounce. That is not bashful right there.
Here's Adams, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. And here are the Jazz now. They're on a 15-4 run right now. Mitchell wide open. And Utah, another 3.
Oh, great ball movement there.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. Hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
Absolutely tenacious guys. Stuck right on him defensively, bothered that shot.
O'Neal passes to Gobert. Back to Mitchell. Pass to Gobert. That one off the back iron and out. Thunder trailing by 12. Here's Dort. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
The vision, the timelessness of Chris Paul's game for many years. He's made everyone around him better.
Ingles passes to Gobert. Adams, some nice D.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points. Now, here's Mitchell. 9 points in the game so far. Out to the wing. And Gobert kicks to Mitchell. Looking for Gobert. He gets it there. No dice from 9 feet out.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
And so it's Utah. Hold it. One of the better two-way guards in the NBA, Mike Conley.
He was one of my favorite players growing up.
And you know, Conley, maybe not the size of Peyton, but Greg, he's always taken the challenge defensively.
And you can see how much of an influence the glove had on Conley. He plays a lot like him on that end.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. What do you guys think about the Jazz here in this one?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
They've got Gobert. Clarkson is out there with Moutier. And there's Davis. And it's Niang in at the small forward position. That's the group for Utah getting going here in the second. You can't help but notice that teams are shooting earlier in the shot clock. One theory being the faster you shoot, the more possessions you get. Well, the numbers would speak to that.
No doubt, Kevin. And the reality is, for announcers and for fans, that breakneck pace makes it more exciting for us. One NBA coach told me this past year that your field goal percentage in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock gives you your best opportunity to make it. And the longer that shot clock goes on, the more your field goal percentage dips. So, hey, good for us, good for the fans, good for the teams.
And that's because the defense has a chance to settle, correct?
Exactly right.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, coming into the 2017 draft, Donovan Mitchell wasn't sure he was ready for the NBA. Mitchell said, I worked out in the summer with Paul George and Chris Paul, and they were the ones who convinced me to keep my name in the draft. They said, look, you're good enough. Just go out there and show it. And Kevin, through a couple of seasons in Utah, that's exactly what Mitchell has done.
He has made an instant impact on the NBA and the Jazz. DA, thank you. Jazz leading by 9. And here is Davis. No points in the game yet for him. For 3, Moutier with the basket.
Well, this to me is the critical aspect that Emmanuel Moutier must develop. Can he knock down three-point shots? He does so there.
Now here's Schroeder. Diallo with it. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Knocked away. Clock at 6. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. And a look now at the Thunder's upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Then on Sunday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards.
And looking at this stretch for them, I think they should have no problem dispatching most of their opponents if they can avoid that pitfall of playing down to the level of the competition. But that's easier said than done.
I love it when Rudy Gobert crashes the offensive glass, uses those long arms to great advantage.
And you look back at that 2013 draft, just call it the year of the sleeper Euros. Giannis Antetokounmpo taken 15th, and this guy, Rudy Gobert, selected with the 27th pick.
Here's Niang. 14 points, their largest lead in the game.
This is a staple of his game. Nerlens Noel sends it back.
And it's Schroeder in the corner. And the whistle blows, and it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
And guys, as soon as you start going over and through a rebounder, you're probably going to get whistled for over the back.
Well, silly foul. He realized it when it happened. That's where you'd like to see him show a little bit more discipline.
Royce O'Neal's checked in for the Jazz. Back to Davis. Here's Niang. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Clarkson passes to Niang. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And the Jazz with some changes. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for George Niang. Donovan Mitchell comes in for Clarkson. And it's Mike Conley in for Mudiay. And then for Oklahoma City, Steven Adams, he's checked in for Noel. Gallinari comes in for Muscala. And Chris Paul's subbed in for Ferguson. Here's Mitchell. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Mitchell's got 11.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
On the wing, Robertson. Paul looking around. Back to Robertson. Pass to Adams. Over Davis. Here's Gallinari. Passes to Schroeder. To halt the run. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Jazz. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder. And Utah, another three.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Joe Ingles. That's his first foul. Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for the Thunder. Conley against Paul. The pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. He's got 6.
And with that basket, he puts a stop to the 13-0 run there by the Jazz.
Ingles with the ball. Now defended by Adams. Here's O'Neal. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
A lot to like about the way they're playing right now, but still plenty of time left.
You do like that the offense is humming along. They're putting in the effort to distance themselves.
A nice shot by Gallinari.
And love how Paul seeks out his teammates. Superb at slicing the D to pieces with his passing.
Shot on the wing. That shot off the mark.
And this is a shot he can...
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. A tremendous start for Donovan Mitchell. He had 11 points and 3 assists. And
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been one outstanding game from Donovan Mitchell.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
Taking a look at the Thunder, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Chris Paul is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Dort in at the small forward. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Adams, the pass to Gallinari. And Gallinari throws it down.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And he's at nearly 90% from the free throw line this season, so having a terrific year.
Well, the Jazz's Quinn Snyder has become one of the most respected head coaches in the league. And think, guys, a player poll even had him ranked 7th among coaches they'd like to play for. And consider he's in Utah. That is not exactly a free agent destination.
Paul for 3. Utah with the rebound. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home. Ingles passes to Gobert. Mitchell looking it over. He kicks it to O'Neal. Here's Ingles. O'Neal trying to break free. Ingles can't get it to go. And Doris, what is it, do you think, about Quinn Snyder that gives rise to that respect?
Well, you think about it. He played the game at a high level, of course, collegiately at Duke. He has paid his dues as a coach. He's got tremendous intellect for the game. And there's this growth mindset with him. He's always looking at himself. How can I get better?
Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. Perhaps no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team would be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still is strong as ever.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Chris Paul. Schroeder outside. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Greg, last season, Dennis Schroeder transitioning to more of a six-man role with the Thunder.
And for his first go at that role, I thought Schroeder looked really good. He's always been able to score and create, and coming off the bench might be the best spot for him.
You know, I think one of the important things for Dennis Schroeder is to keep trying to become more and more efficient. Let his offense come naturally and improve as a distributor.
Niang, that's good.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
Pass to Muscala. In the corner, it's Diallo. Here's Ferguson. He's covered by Clarkson. And Gobert kicks to Moutier. Ingles in the corner, down low. The Jazz working the ball around now. Pass to Gobert. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. Gobert's got 4 points this quarter.
You can see the improving court awareness of Emmanuel Mudiay, having an understanding for when to find his guys.
Schroeder against Moutier. Lets it fly. And it's Schroeder missing.
And that's where you want to make the next pass. This guy is a good scorer, but the defense was right on him.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Mike Muscala. That's his first foul. Davis is checked in for the Jazz. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. The drive by Gobert. Here's Niang. A putback, and there's Gobert, putting it right back in. Gobert's got 10.
Boy, it seems like every shot he puts up, it's going in. This guy is hot, hot.
Muscala misses.
I'll tell you, everything went right in terms of execution. He just can't get it to go.
Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Clarkson's got his second basket of the night. Now here's Diallo. He's covered by Clarkson. Diallo the pass to Noel. It's stolen by Gobert. In transition, here come the Jazz. Moutier with the basket. 5 points in the game.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Jazz.
And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. The Jazz making a switch here. Conley's checked in. And then for Oklahoma City, Steven Adams, he's checked in for Muscala. And it's Andre Robertson in for Ferguson. Now here's Diallo. Passes it to Noel. Now here's Robertson. Defense right on him. Stolen by Clarkson. To the right side. Here's Moutier. Another miss by Utah. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. The pass to Schroeder. He feeds it to Adams. Shoots over Clarkson and misses it off the right side of the rim. Here's Moutier, and that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got 3 assists in the game. Three-pointer. They get it back.
Boy, I love how hard Steven Adams works on the boards. Excellent timing for that putback.
And so it's Utah with a 19-point advantage heading. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Lets the three fly. Utah the rebound. And taken away by Paul. And now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, the fast break chance. Good on the shot.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
And it's blocked. Al Paul to the inside, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Thunder trailing by 13. Doris, great scoring is often reliant upon great football. And we hear coaches, don't we, talk about that all the time?
We really do, Kev. You look at a guy like Kyrie Irving, who at the point guard position is one of the great scorers. He's a clutch shooter. He doesn't go to the free throw line a lot, and it's because he's so elusive. Can finish left and right, puts a lot of English on his shots. DeMar DeRozan gets separation with incredible footwork, and maybe the best in the league right now in terms of his footwork. That tap dancing James Harden, which is just nearly impossible to check.
I love those names, and you're so right. And it's fun to watch. What a skill. Mitchell finds Gobert. Poke loose, and it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Conley grabs the miss. Jazz leading by 9. Pass to Mitchell. To Gobert. Pass to Ingles. The Jazz working the ball around now. Tries again. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
You can see it. He's taking better shots, and the results are coming because of it.
Now here's Paul. Adams in the high post. Here's Dort. Ingles covering. And denied. He sends it right off the glass.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
For Utah, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. To the paint. And Adams sends it back.
Boy, this guy is such a defensive stalwart. Steven Adams, size and timing. Send it back, Steven. You can see why they go to this guy so often. More often than not, he's going to be very efficient like he is right here.
And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. Jazz leading by 14. Conley finds Mitchell. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Pass to Ingles. Mitchell outside. And the 3 off target. And Adams has got the ball here for Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander. And he lays it straight in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
And Gobert with the basket on the assist by Mitchell. 17 points for Rudy Gobert.
Boy, what a game. A dominant game from the big man. Rudy Gobert is a force right now in the middle.
Hall from out on the wing, he knocks it down. There's 1:38 left to play here in the fourth. Adams against Gobert. Here's Ingles. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in. Thunder trailing by 12. Ball passes to Dort. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Well, the defense wants to keep the ball out of that area. Why? Because if it gets in there, most players are going to finish.
There's the pass to O'Neal. Gobert with it. Mitchell outside. From past the arc. The shot will not fall. Poked away. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And here now the Thunder. Utah has gone ice cold from three-point land, 0-4 since the start of the final quarter.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Jazz.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Rudy Gobert.
He was really important under the basket, making the plays down low and getting position to pull in rebounds.
And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Bradley dishes to O'Neal. Kicks to Tucker. To the left wing. Pass to Bradley. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Williams-Goss. And the layup's good off the glass.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks...
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
body fluid, and goaltend. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluid, and goaltending.
I am here joined by Snipes 2430, the most My League online wins. Snipes, how you pulling off all these W's, man?
Man, I don't know, man. Just hard work and dedication. I'm just putting in the hours, putting in that work.
And just about to get underway is the starting five. Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the... And here's a look at some numbers for Beasley.
And you can see the surge in his level of confidence lately.
just by looking at that true shooting percentage, it's been moving straight up in the past 5 games. I think he's feeling it.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. We've got D'Angelo Russell. Also Malik Beasley out there. And it's Towns in at the 5 down low. And for the Thunder, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Chris Paul is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Dort in at the small forward position. Now here's Paul. Here's Gallinari. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one is on Towns. Well, when Danilo Gallinari came into the NBA, Brent, he was just a catch-and-shoot type player. But he's so much more than that now.
Well, I think with the way the league has changed with the three-point shot and Gallinari's ability to do that, he's gotten a lot smarter about picking his spots when the pump fake can drive in and draw some contact.
Here's Paul, and good. Got the English that time as it falls.
Said it time and time again, Chris Paul in the mid-range is pretty much half the time going to be good.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Paul outside. And the rejection by Towns. Here's Okogie. It's good.
Of all the action happening there, Kevin, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Using outstanding floor awareness there. Russell's ability to pick apart the defense and find the open man.
Here's Oklahoma City now. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Paul finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Off target from outside. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Kicks it out to Beasley. And the pass to Okogie. Back to Beasley. 6 to shoot. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Passes it to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Paul. Over Russell. The Thunder with another miss. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. You know, Brett, we know guys love really jawing at each other. What was your criteria for issuing a double technical trash?
Yeah, in today's game, it's kind of like it could be a whisper or a wink, you know, the way that they look at it.
It's both sides, doesn't it?
And they just try to curtail anything that could escalate, Kevin. That's really what the referees are doing. As soon as they see some kind of body movement or see guys starting that way, they want to cut it off before anything else happens. So the criteria is a little bit confusing. Sometimes I like to see them getting after a little bit.
Now, here is Russell. He's coming off a 28-point game against Houston.
It felt like in that game, too, he was a man on a mission defensively. Finishing up with 4 steals is an impressive feat. And you can tell, takes pride in that part of the game.
Here's Okogie. 4-point game. No good on that one. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Adams. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Paul. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off the shot. 24-second violation.
And checking out some stats for D'Angelo Russell. Really been a key contributor over the past month. 18th in scoring, and he's in the top 20 in steals, bringing that focus and intensity at both ends.
And like you were saying, one of the stronger scorers in the league. A tireless worker on the offensive end, and it's no wonder he's top 20 in points.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 41 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Adams. Beasley with the rebound.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
And Towns throws it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering down the two-hand slam. And the turnover again by Oklahoma City. For the Thunder, Mike Muscala is checked in for Adams. Terrence Ferguson comes in for Gallinari. And Diallo subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Now, here's Culver. He's guarded by Schroeder. A nice shot by Culver.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Diallo kicks it over to Schroeder. To end the cold streak. He's off on that one. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. All-star big man Karl Anthony Towns is hungry to maximize his...
I want to be the best player who ever played. And
his coaches, Greg, and teammates love hearing that.
And how can you not? I mean, that kind of drive is special. And with his tools and potential, hard to put a ceiling on just how good he can be.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Timberwolves team out there.
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. They've got Layman. He's out there with James Johnson, and it's Reed in at the center, locking down the middle. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
And every season, the Thunder continue to be one of the more dominating teams on the glass.
You just wonder how much Steven Adams has been the catalyst for that kind of mentality. We know that offensively he's always in there to grab rebounds, but it's part of what they know is important in any possession is collecting the ball.
Layman misses the three.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming, Kevin.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
Kicks it out to Johnson from the arc. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1. Robertson, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Thunder trailing by 8. Pass to Ferguson. From deep three-point range, it doesn't go for him. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
Well, let's hope there isn't any carryover from that letdown in this one.
Timberwolves leading by 6. And here's Culver. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. Feeds it to Johnson. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And at the end of the year, Brent, we've been seeing an uptick in play from some young, lottery-bound teams.
Well, they're always excited about having opportunity to play loose and play free. The backside of that is you didn't play well enough to get into the playoffs. Right. So, you know, good coaching staffs with young teams that have potential, Kevin, will ask their teams to be spoilers. Like, embrace the idea of let's compete tonight against that team.
Make that your
4th seed. Yeah, let's go up against this.
Sure.
There are other teams that, quite frankly, just give up on the year. And some guys will have some big empty numbers to finish off the season. You got to temper your kind of eyeballs on those things.
Under trailing by 6. Ball outside. And Culver pulls it down.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Inside. Here's Johnson. Nice move. And that's 2 points on the layup. Johnson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Nice job getting to the basket. When Johnson has a good look, he doesn't pass it up.
The pass to Ferguson. Kicks it out to Paul. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Now that we have the chance to show you the teams in the top of the NBA in steals this year. In the third spot, the Timberwolves.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Gallinari's checked in.
Yeah, that's a tough one, Kev. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Paul for three. Here's Robertson. Oh, that's blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession. Minnesota making a switch here. Hernan Gomez is checked in. Adams against Towns. Passes it to Robertson. Shot clock at 5. Here's Dort. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Beasley with a clean look. Sinks the triple. And the Timberwolves lead by 11.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead. Calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
That is the perfect technique to rebound. I mean, he shields his man, kept him behind, and then he's off to the races.
The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. It's up a 3. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Towns has got 3 assists now in this one.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here's Dort. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Dort's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Timberwolves leading by 11. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Beasley finds Hernan Gomez. Back to Beasley. Out to Russell. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Baseline try. That one rolling around and rims out. And so we conclude the first half. Timberwolves ahead, up 11. And now let's catch. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. It's Minnesota out in front at the half. They lead by 11. How about you, Shaq? What'd you think about Minnesota? Thanks for joining us, folks. We're...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. One guy who's getting it done is Malik Beasley.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul, and it's Dort in at the 3. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder.
And Steven Adams does all of the dirty work. I mean, all of it, Kevin. A defensive anchor and continues to play with tremendous energy on a nightly basis.
Shoots it up. Russell looking it over. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Timberwolves lead by 12.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Paul passes to Adams. Shoots over Towns. Misses off the left iron.
He lacks defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
That one drops for him. Towns has got the lead up to 14 now for Minnesota.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And it's Paul penetrating. Here's Adams. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
The motor right now for Steven Adams is humming on the glass, getting after it.
Beasley for three, and another three for Minnesota.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Russell against Paul. Gallinari on the wing. Beasley comes with the double team. And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Gallinari.
And that three ball from Gallo looks good. Just very impressive form right there.
Hernangomez finds Beasley. Back to Hernangomez. Out to Russell. The high post shot. Towns. And it's Towns on the follow. Towns has got 10 points.
Yeah, they've only missed one out of their first 5 shots here in the second half, guys. Their offense really moving well, ball snapping, and the shooting looks to be in great rhythm.
Pulls up, high post. No good off the back of the rim.
Maybe there are ways to contribute that don't involve shooting the basketball. That's the best way that maybe he can help them out in trying to win this game.
Russell against Gallinari. Shots good by Hernangomez.
And slick dish there in the pick and roll. Russell showing his elite feel for the game.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Beasley covering. Minnesota with the rebound.
And fought hard to make his way to the rim, but give the D credit. Did just enough to force him to clank that one.
To the middle. Outside, Russell. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's Towns. And again, Minnesota with the triple. Brandon, this next question culture we're in, what comments do you want to hear from players who have just lost a game and facing disappointment?
I like the humility aspect of this question, Kevin, and the thing that I listen to most from players who get it, they'll compliment their opponents first. Something had to happen where the opponent did something enough to beat you on that night. So you don't say that we did all these things. Give the opponent credit first. Secondly, players who shoulder a massive amount of responsibility, they'll say that they could have played better first. And that takes and deflects everything away from their teammates. And then they'll talk about what they're looking forward to most, and their challenge is we'll get better tomorrow. We'll get better next game. And that they know there's room to grow. Those three things are pretty impactful.
Well said.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
All night long, in control of the pace, and you don't want to let go of that rope right now.
Johnson with the block.
Well, if you can use that athleticism on offense, why not try it on defense? James Johnson putting his 7'1" wingspan to great use.
The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Shooter kicks to Noel. Misses off the right iron.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Frustration seems to be mounting here, and you can see not just in their faces, but right now in their quick and hurried shot selection.
And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. 19 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Reed. To the inside. Kicks it out to Evans. Reed the pass to Layman. That three off the mark. And so it's Minnesota holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the court for Minnesota, Culver out there with Evans, and Spellman in at the center position.
Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up, and you can't knock it down.
Diallo makes it off the glass. Diallo's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Thunder. Timberwolves leading by 23. Evans outside. Kicks it to Culver. From downtown, the offensive rebound. The pass to Vanderbilt. Here's Layman. Sinks the three-pointer. Layman's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Ferguson, the pass to Muscala. Here's Nader. There's the 3. Hits it from three-point range.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Ferguson kicks to Diallo. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession. Nerlens Noel checks in for Oklahoma City. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Andre Robertson. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Culver with it. Johnson right side. Passes to Culver. Down low. Here's Reed. Pass to Layman. Russell from long range. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Oh, Russell in position. And stolen by Noel. Pass to Layman. He kicks to Culver. Back to Layman. Brent, when we talk about home court advantage, do you feel it's the same as it used to be? It has that same impact?
I do think it's still hugely important, Kevin. It's less important when there's a team that has been together for a long time and has proven that they can take their wares on the road and come home with a victory. But it absolutely gives you a level of comfort as a player to get into your routine, to be at a place that seems familiar, something deep down psychologically helps every member of that team being at home.
Outside, Russell lets it go with a 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Noel's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Clock at 6. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Trying to end the drought. Bucket is good.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Timberwolves.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
And really, after losing all 3 games to this point in the matchup, guys, they have to be happy to get a win here.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, it felt like there was more than one of him out there tonight. He was involved on every possession, and he made his presence felt in so many ways.
Outside, Russell. Okogie, the pass to Russell. Inside. Towns kicks to Russell. Good, and the assist goes to Towns.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Paisley passes to Noel. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Well, at this point, they're just trying to get back in sync. You want to play a good brand of basketball.
Consistency definitely is a key to some of the playoff performing teams, and tonight they just did not find it in this contest.
Russell left side. The pass to Okogie. To the paint. Here's Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them, complete control.
And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot of...
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. benefits to your stick, resulting in unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
In the mile, putting in that work. Definitely in the gym, getting those shots in.
Definitely. So what kind of setup do you have when you play My League Online? Like, what are you doing with your friends, with people you play with? Like, how does that look?
I set my team up the way I want them to run. Whatever players I happen to have on my team, I just set it up to the best way it's going to work for the team.
Do you guys...
And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for BC.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Beasley is out there with D'Angelo Russell. Then there's Towns, and it's Hernan Gomez in at power forward. And for Utah, Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the 3, the small forward.
Boy, you got to give a lot of credit to Josh Okogie. I mean, he was the 20th pick in the 2018 draft and really well ahead of the curve as a rookie and even saw starter minutes later on in the season. That's a great get for them.
Here's Towns following the basket by Donovan Mitchell. Fires the 3, and Karl Anthony Towns good for 3.
Towns has remarkable range for a big guy, and he also has a good sense for when he should shoot those shots.
And Gobert gets to Conley. Back to Gobert. Mitchell passes to Ingles. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Just 4 to shoot. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Here's Russell. Towns, great positioning on the putback.
Only one miss in the first 5 attempts, clearly feeling it.
Conley, the pass to Gobert. Back to Conley. Nice ball movement by Utah. And Gobert kicks to Mitchell. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Conley penetrating from the corner. Jump shot is good that time.
Man, he's a pure point guard with terrific vision. Conley finds open teammates at times before they realize they're open.
Now, here is Hernan Gomez. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Rockets in Houston. On the wing, Mitchell. Back to Ingles. Russell left side. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Now, here's Mitchell. 11 points for him in that last game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
And also 3 steals, so he showed some grit and determination on the defensive side.
Here's Mitchell. Here's Ingles. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Clark, some of those lottery-bound teams now giving more minutes to their younger players, developing them, looking into the future, which means more veterans, unfortunately, will have to sit and watch.
And, you know, I always say this, and it's much easier said than done, but you're a professional, whether you're in the rotation, a young player or an old player, you have to approach it in a professional manner. And that means accepting the good with the bad, the sweet with the bitter, and that takes a maturity level. And, you know, when the trade deadline is behind you, you only can control what you can control, and that's what veterans should be about.
And hopefully the coach communicates the ideas behind the moves, too.
I like that, but there's no obligation to do so.
Right. Here's Beasley after the basket by Utah. Passes it to Hernan Gomez. Kicks it to Russell. Trying to find Hernan Gomez. It's to him. The shot, no good. The Jazz go the other way with it. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder. Out to Conley. Mitchell dishes to Ingles. Back to O'Neal. Hernan Gomez against Mitchell. Launches a 3. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Last time they met was in Minnesota.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively in that one. Gave up way too many easy shots.
And, you know, that's all about effort, and I'm sure their coach let them have it for the lack thereof. Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
Ingles, that's in there. Conley with the assist. Ingles has got 6 points.
Yeah, and Conley just makes the game fun. Able to shoot, but focused on also facilitating for teammates.
Beasley against Mitchell. Knocked loose. And now Utah, fast break. Conley with the 3, and the 3 ball is good.
And this pumps the whole team up. Conley's shooting ability brings energy and excitement.
The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. The Timberwolves on top, up by 2. Live from Vivint Smart Home Arena, you're watching 2K Sports.
Every day I want to keep getting better, and, you know.
Well, and as a competitor, this is what you should be thinking, and Greg, you should be talking about, winning a title.
For sure. I mean, it'll take a lot of work, but Gobert sounds like he's up for the challenge of proving the doubters wrong.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. Layman is out there with Johnson. Then it's Culver, and it's Reed in at the 5. A nice shot by Culver.
I'll tell you, Culver has an array of moves once he gets into the paint.
And with the summer's acquisition of Mike Conley, Greg, the Utah Jazz hoping to make a step in the West.
And really, Mike Conley, their best point guard since they traded away Darren Williams back in 2011. Alongside Bogdanovich, a big upgrade offensively, and he can hold his own on the defensive side as well. And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul and, make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
And you think about the two best talents in Wolves history, KG, obviously, and probably Big Cat.
I would not disagree. I mean, KG is a Hall of Famer. The Cat, Karl Anthony Towns, has been terrific early in his career. The rebounding and scoring, the versatility at that size between those two guys. Well, it could have possibly been like the Admiral and Tim Duncan. Well, maybe not quite that good, but really good.
Gobert up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Moutier's got his first basket of the night.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up.
And if you're the defensive team, it just kills you to give up baskets like that.
A nice shot by Culver.
And that attacking mindset, when Culver sees an opportunity like that, he just grabs it.
Davis, the pass to Gobert. He kicks it to Clarkson. Gobert against Johnson. It's stolen. Here we go, one-on-one. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game. How it's been going for the Timberwolves.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Minnesota leading by 8. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. A nice shot by Culver.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Here's Moutier following the score by Jarrett Culver. Davis kicks to Moutier. At the tip, Davis on the follow. And Minnesota has possession. They'll be off to Oklahoma City for a meeting with the Thunder after this one. 7-game road trip continues for them. That'll be game number 3. Noel, he's covered by Clarkson. Feeds it to Johnson. It's good. Johnson's got the lead up to 10 now for Minnesota.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Down low, Davis dishes to Gobert. Clarkson passes to Moutier. Gobert with it. Here's Niang. Pass to Moutier. 5 to shoot. From 12 feet out. That's short off the rim. Minnesota with the ball. They're on a 13-5 run here. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Reed gets the bucket.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Inside. Here's Davis. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Davis has got his second bucket of the night.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
Pass to Johnson. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Now the pass to Davis. And here's Moutier. Back to Davis. Pass to Gobert. Here's Niang. Kicks to Moutier. Pass to Gobert. over Reed. And the shot is long. And the Timberwolves with possession. They're on a 17-7 run. And then Johnson with the dunk.
How about the recognition from Culver? Terrific at realizing when the defense has broken down.
Here's Clarkson. Right side Davis. Over in the corner, Moutier. This one for three. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater.
And this coaching staff.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. It was a closely contested first quarter for Minnesota. At the end of the period, they held it.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Karl-Anthony Towns with a strong contribution so far in this one.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the small forward. That's the group starting the second half for Quinn Snyder. Mark, we know you have great passion for the game of basketball. Any passions that our fans may not know about?
Yeah, I enjoy golf. I'm an avid reader, as you well know, Kevin. We actually share book titles on occasion. Obviously, food is universal, and there's nothing I turn down. I try to eat certain things in moderation. But I enjoy board games, too. In terms of sports, I'm a fan of football, both college and pro. Enjoy playing golf. And board games and reading probably are what occupy my time.
Here's Russell. Rudy Gobert picking up that last basket. It's Russell with the drive. Towns, the pass to Hernan Gomez. Okogie for three. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Jazz. A 12-point game. O'Neal gets to Conley. Gobert down low, defended by Towns. Gobert can't hit.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
For three, Okogie connects from three-point range. Okogie's got five.
Outstanding vision from Karl-Anthony Towns. Not only is he willing to give it up, but he's ready to find his teammates when they're open.
And good that time.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Here's Okogie, guarded by O'Neal. Okogie misses.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
Well, you might think at 6'3" in shoes, Donovan Mitchell is undersized for the shooting guard position. But his combination of strength and length, along with the athleticism, help him to hold his own.
Offensive rebound. Towns, the pass to Hernan Gomez. Good, and the assist goes to Towns.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Here's Ingles over Hernan Gomez. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Wow, he got whacked on that, which shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact, straightforward call, simple.
The first one falls. Greg, nowadays teams looking for +6 players. That's a player whose arm span exceeds their height by at least 6 inches.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell, how about a +9? I mean, a little over 6'1" in socks with a 6'10" wingspan. Those long arms, the reason for the Spider nickname.
And the Jazz with possession here, following the 3 by Minnesota. Niang gets to Conley. He dishes it to Davis. It's over Towns. Conley. Rebound by Johnson.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
And that one's good. Towns.
Well, you got to respect and admire the focus of Towns. I mean, he just doesn't get rattled. He just stays with it, embraces the challenge, and keeps coming.
Now, here's Clarkson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Ingles passes to Niang. Conley kicks to Davis. Shoots over Towns. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one is on Towns.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
And one thing the Wolves have done well over the past few seasons, taking care of the ball.
Yeah, you know, they squeeze it well. Low turnovers can be a double-edged sword, though. If you don't make many mistakes, maybe you're not being aggressive enough.
Emmanuel Moutier's checked in for Mike Conley. Now, here's Culver. He's got 6, back to Towns, and so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out west. The season nearly complete. You look at Utah, advantage in 1 series. And, of course, there's Minnesota. Right now, quite a ways down below.
Right now for the Jazz, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much.
And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Layman. Ingles covering. Layman pass to Johnson. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Kept alive. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Timberwolves lead by 16.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
And that sixth sense, guys, might be better than just about anybody else.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Our 4th quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Russell is out there with Malik Beasley. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Reed in at the 4 spot. Jazz passing it around. And Gobert kicks to Clarkson. Gobert the pass to Moutier. Clarkson on the wing. Over Beasley. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Clark, the two-way contract, a relatively new invention that gives players time in both the G League and the NBA.
I love it, Kevin, because it's another pathway for those aspiring to be NBA players to have a legitimate shot to make their dream come true. The G League is just a notch below the NBA in terms of overall talent. And so I love the fact that players who desire to be pros can have a pathway to get to the NBA by being part of the G League as well.
And these G League players are having an impact, aren't they? They're making a difference on a lot of teams.
40% of the players in the league have spent some time in the G League, so it speaks to the impact the G League has on the NBA.
Now, here is O'Neal. Tight defense on him, and the shot goes in.
That was just a perfect possession, getting it in tight for the high percentage shot.
Timberwolves leading by 18. Russell dishes to Beasley. O'Neal comes with the double team. He had stolen by Ingles. Gobert the pass to O'Neal. Back to Gobert. On the wing, Mitchell. Bangs home the trifecta.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
To the middle. Here's Hernan Gomez. It's blocked. Mitchell outside. His three-pointers off the mark. And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. 22 is their biggest lead. Hernan Gomez finds Russell. Here's Okogie. He's covered by Clarkson. Here's Hernan Gomez. Another miss by Minnesota. Jazz trail by 15. Clarkson passes to Ingles. Over Russell. They get it back. Mitchell outside. Back to Gobert. He's looking for Ingles and finds him. That one wide left. Timberwolves leading by 15 to the inside. Here's Okogie. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Minnesota.
They really lit it up in this one. Fantastic offensive performance.
Definitely just simply shot the ball well. One of those games to be proud of.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Karl Anthony Towns.
Tell you what, this guy worked his behind off on both ends of the floor. He was really an intimidating presence out there.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Outside, Russell. 43 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Gobert can't hit. Now, Hernan Gomez. He doesn't hit that one. Gobert with the defensive effort. To the middle. Here's Ingles. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Maybe not a natural-born distributor, but Clarkson working to keep his teammates involved.
The free throw drops for Ingles. From deep. And that one is off. And the first one at the line is good. Second free throw, no good. From deep three-point range, no good. So it's Minnesota winning this one easily. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was...
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Do you guys use current players or historical players? How does that look in My League Online?
More than likely, we just use current players. We just do like drafts, so that way everything is fair for everyone. And we just run it like that. We try to run a couple seasons as much as possible until we start the next one.
Who's your favorite player that you drafted this season?
From the plains of Oklahoma. And with he is doing a great job. Thank you, D.A. And checking out Utah's opening lineup. Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the 3. And for Oklahoma City, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Dort in at the 3 spot. We're looking forward to the center matchup tonight, Doris. What do you expect to see from these guys inside?
Well, I think there's a requisite physicality in there, certainly. At the same time, there are greater demands on big men, Kevin, than we have ever seen before. Yes, they have to be rim protectors. Yes, they have to control the paint. But now those bigs are asked to defend in space, to guard on the perimeter. Kevin, you know this. That's a tall task.
And a long windup and strong follow-through on the one-hand jam.
Yeah, he's not going to mess that one up. Paul with the ball. He's picked up by O'Neal. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Here's Ingles, and he banks in the layup.
I'll tell you, you have to have some measure of composure close to the bucket. Mr. Ingles doing work.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Now, here is O'Neal. Defense is right there. Shoots it. And Utah again with the bucket.
Boy, they came ready to play. That's 4 straight buckets to start the game.
Stolen by Mitchell. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And so it's Utah here with the ball. 6-point game.
Just waiting for a chance to make a play, and when the pass was made, he's all over it. Just a fantastic steal. Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Here's Mitchell following the basket by Chris Paul. From deep. Offensive rebound. Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
I love it when Rudy Gobert crashes the offensive glass, uses those long arms to great advantage.
Here's Paul. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Kev, just great instincts. He knows what to do when he gets near the rim. Love to watch this guy work. Because of Rudy Gobert's thin frame, people were trying to take advantage of him early physically in his career. For the Jazz, they wanted him to get stronger, get in the weight room, and become more of a problem.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now, here's Ingles. 20 points for him last game against Oklahoma City. Nice shot by Gobert. Gobert's got 6. And for 7-footers like Gobert, it seems, Doris, there's more risk of injury.
Well, everything the Jazz organization has done with Rudy has focused from the core down. They want to make sure their big man has functional strength that eases pressure on the knees and ankles. Both of those areas have been so problematic for guys his size.
And the clock. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
An occasional over-the-back call is fine with him. That's just how he plays and how he attacks the glass.
They like to fly in at the last moment rather than establish position early.
Nerlens Noel checks in for Oklahoma City. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Ed Davis is checked in for Joe Ingles. George Niang comes in for O'Neal. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Mike Conley. Now here's Adams following the miss by Emmanuel Mudiay. And the call will be against Emmanuel Mudiay. That's his first foul. And the Thunder with some changes. Muscala, he's checked in for Adams. Terrence Ferguson comes in for Gallinari. And Diallo subbed in for Chris Paul. And the Jazz with possession here after the miss from Dennis Schroeder. Davis, the pass to Mudiay. Niang kicks to Gobert. Pass to Niang. He's looking for Muscala and finds him from 11 feet away. Tipped away. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last.
And here's a look at the stats for Dennis Schroeder. Over the last month, getting it done. Putting up about 18 points per, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. He's been nothing short of fantastic during that stretch. Offense coming very easily for him.
And so much of it to me is his ability to read the floor, make the right decision, and then go right after the action he wants.
Now here's Gobert. Really struggled in the loss against Oklahoma City.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Thunder trailing by 8. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
You have to have the vision to find the open man. Beautiful pass.
The feed to Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
You can see the improving court awareness of Emmanuel Mudiay, having an understanding for when to find his guys.
Ferguson kicks to Muscala. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. One second left. Nice jump shot. Good.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
No doubt, Greg. On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they...
And so it's the Utah Jazz going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific.
It's been a sort of long...
And you see that a lot nowadays. Star players developing friendships and GAs spending time with each other off the floor.
Yeah, some people hate it because they want that bad blood you used to see, but no reason you have to hate someone to really compete against them.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. And guys, from what we've been watching with the Jazz, what are you guys seeing out there?
The offense firing on all cylinders. They dominated that first period.
That's exactly the start you want. You take complete command. Now you've got to maintain that focus.
Nerlens Noel is out there with Muscala. Then there's Robertson. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Diallo in at small forward. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second. And Doris, Rudy Gobert has come a long way as a finisher.
No doubt, Kevin. He has led the league in field goal percentage, and they have worked so hard to get his balance and strength correct. This guy is becoming more and more dangerous as a scorer.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
And Greg, you know this. It's not easy building a lead on the road, but this team has been lights out throughout the game.
It's Noel. It's out the key. Passes it to Robertson. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession.
And a moment here to look at the numbers for Rudy Gobert. Second in field goal percentage, fourth in rebounding. And he's also ranked in the top 10 in blocks per game. No trespassing when he's in the lane.
And you mentioned it, he's the second best shooter in the league right now. Quick trigger with just a little bit better footwork. He could take over that top spot. Good on the three-point shot.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. ball movement has been flawless.
Adams down low. He's guarded by Davis. Adams' shot is good.
This is Steven Adams at his absolute best. This guy is a high percentage shooter because he understands how to use his frame.
Conley feeling it out for the three. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Thunder. Trailing by 17. Schroeder dishes to Muscala. Back to Schroeder. Beyond the arc. A rebound by the Jazz. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder. Conley finds Davis. Outside Conley. Nice ball movement by Utah. Clarkson bounce pass. Pass to Conley. Here's Niang. Adams defending. Out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession.
I think most people consider Salt Lake City not a big free agent destination. So the Jazz are what they call a pipeline team. And what does that mean? It means they have to draft and develop their talent internally.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Alinari, he's checked in for Muscala. Terrence Ferguson comes in for Andre Robertson. And Paul's subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Takes a three. And it's Mitchell missing. And the Jazz say they need a fundamentally sound process to building their roster. Doris, no shortcuts.
Well, there's no question about that, Kevin. This is a group that has to be value-spaced with their free agent acquisitions in a small market. The draft picks have got to be smart. Their teaching and cultivating of that talent and development is absolutely critical.
They get it back to the wing right side. Gilgeous-Alexander. It's good from long range. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 now.
Sometimes trailing in the game, players get sucked into trying to make that home run play.
Conley, the pass to Davis. Here's Ingles. That's in there. Davis with the assist. He's got 6.
Well, just another weapon in the arsenal of Joe Ingles, right? The catch-and-shoot game on point.
Passes it to Gilgeous-Alexander. That one doesn't go. So Utah will take it the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. Start a 3-game homestand with that game. That one good for 2.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Adams. O'Neal with the rebound. For Oklahoma City, their last game was a loss to the Jazz. Ingles finds Conley. Offensive rebound.
See, I think you want more of this from Joe Ingles. He has the size and length to keep plays alive.
Thunder trailing by 20. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
And you could see what he wanted to do there, but that was a tough giveaway.
And I think the intention doesn't always equal the result. Wrong play, wrong time.
Back to Moutier. And there's the pass to Mitchell. Here's Gobert. Mitchell can't throw down the putback. Here's Dort. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And that one misses. And so it's Utah holding a big. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Utah finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They are in control of this game. And that should...
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. One of the stories here, Joe Ingles getting it done today.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half, got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at the Jazz. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. And it's O'Neal in at the 3, the small forward. Ingles kicks to Gobert. Baseline J on the way. The shot's good on the assist by Ingles. And that's now 10 points for Rudy Gobert.
Well, the Thunder begin on the defensive end of the floor. This is a team whose formula is to force a ton of turnovers, come up with steals, get out in transition. Last year, 4th in the league in defensive rating.
Pass to Ingles. Mitchell outside. Now the dish to Gobert. Shoots. Adams, some nice D. And for the Thunder defense, Doris, it starts with their rebound.
Well, you have to begin with their strong interior defense. That lets their wings get out and pressure and take some chances. Defense has turned into a pillar for this team.
And it's Paul missing.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Pass to Ingles. Gobert against Adams, and Utah turns it over again. And a moment to check out now what Utah has coming up. On Friday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans. Then on Saturday, they'll be taking on Jonas Valanciunas and the Memphis Grizzlies.
And looking at that Lakers matchup, they can't come out playing timid. Just because they're facing the top team in the West, you've got to play your game, minimize mistakes, and if they do that, they got a chance at the W.
Here's O'Neal. That one a little long. Thunder trailing by 14. Here's Dort. The shot missing. Good work defensively by Conley. Inside, Ingles. Yes, once again, it remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
Well, he is just so good at getting to his spots. Joe Ingles is cooking right now.
Ball looking over the floor. Out left to the wing. Here's Dort. The Thunder with another miss.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
Paul with the ball. Now defended by Mitchell. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
I'll tell you, Steven Adams is a load on the block. That frame makes him an impossible check.
And you look at the way Steven Adams has developed his offense the last few years. It's been a huge boost for this team. He has always been a great defender, but now he is an important cog on this team in terms of scoring.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. George Niang, he's checked in for Joe Ingles. Clarkson comes in for Royce O'Neal. And it's Moutier in for Mike Conley. And the Thunder making a switch here. Muscala's checked in. Nice shot by Gobert. Gobert's got 12 in the game.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Here's Schroeder, accurate with the jumper from the elbow. And with Adams in his offense, you forget how young he is.
And big men, sometimes they just take a little longer to find their path in the NBA. And Adams has certainly found his. I remember him being in mostly to screen and rebound when he was a rookie, but look how far his game has come.
Basket good. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That is his first foul of the game. Ferguson's checked in for Oklahoma City. Clarkson on the wing. He kicks to Gobert. Schroeder against Moutier. Passes it to Clarkson. Shot clock at 6. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession. 59 seconds left in the third. The putback, it's good on the putback. And the Jazz lead by 15.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Schroeder against Moutier. The pass to Muscala. Utah with the rebound. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Here's Mitchell. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. Mitchell's got his first 2 points.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Gobert with the block.
And the remarkable reach of the stifle tower. Gobert twice on the pipes.
It's stolen by Moutier. Fast break. Here come the Jazz. And it's Mitchell missing.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Muscala finds Noel. From deep. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Schroeder.
Now in the lineup for the Jazz, Joe Ingles.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And so it's Utah taking a 19-point lead into the break. And it's been their rugged defense. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
And to me, Jay, you love the unselfishness, finding the best look, and it doesn't matter who's taking it.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. We've got Ferguson. Muscala is out there with Nerlens Noel. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Diallo in at the 2. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City.
And the way they have controlled the glass this game, really impressive.
And bottom line, more boards means more possessions. That's how you build a lead.
And it seems like Jordan Clarkson may have found his niche, Greg, as instant offense coming off the bench.
A perfect fit for a scoring-minded combo guard. Clarkson able to create his own shot and comfortable pulling from all 3 levels.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Gallinari's checked in. Then for the Jazz, Royce O'Neal's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And it's Mike Conley in for Emmanuel Moutier. Here's Diallo. They get it back. And Noel kicks it over to Schroeder. Oklahoma City moving it around. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Gallinari. Utah with the rebound. Gobert's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Ingles dishes to Clarkson. Fires for 3. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Well, give Jordan Clarkson a ton of credit. He has worked tirelessly on this shot.
Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Clarkson. O'Neal inside. Diallo's there. The basket counts and 1. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Now Clarkson and Paul over to help. Clarkson passes to Williams-Goss. The putback, great positioning on the putback.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Of course, you've seen a lot of these big men come and go in this league. Who would you say right now is the most complete big man in the NBA?
Well, two guys come to my mind immediately, and that's Joel Embiid, who I think probably could be more efficient with his three-point shooting, but is still enough of a threat that you have to guard him out there. They enter the ball through him in the post, and he can be a dominant scorer. He can also put it on the deck. And then Anthony Davis, who you could say all of those attributes that Joel Embiid has, the Brow has as well. Those are two of the most complete, dominant two-way big men in today's game.
And here's Utah, stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. It's stolen. And now a fast break for the Thunder. The big dunk at the end of the break.
And you gotta love how Paul sees the whole court so well. Maybe the best quality for a point guard to have.
Shoots from the corner. That shot off, and it's Oklahoma City the other way. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Doris, isn't it interesting that we're seeing some teams with more three-point attempts than two-point attempts?
It's incredible, Kevin, that every year over the last decade you see more three-point attempts across all 30 NBA teams. And think about the Houston Rockets. In each of the last 2 years, the Rockets have actually taken more threes than twos. This is the evolution of the game. It is not going anywhere. There's 2 high-valued shots in the league. Restricted area twos, that means point-blank opportunities at the rim, and three-point shots. And everything else in between seems to be getting lost.
Over to the left wing. Here's Muscala. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Jazz.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games. And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Rudy Gobert.
Boy, this guy played with some swagger and intensity on the boards tonight, dominating the physical aspect of the game.
Oni, defended by Robertson. Here's Williams-Goss. Dishes it to Davis. Pass to Williams-Goss. Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession.
You know, simply stated, you have to take care of the basketball, and they don't on that possession.
There's 21 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Muscala, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Oni missed. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
You drafted this season that you used?
Honestly, it would probably have to be Morant. It's a tie. It's a tie actually between him and Zion.
I like it, the young guns. So, looking forward to 2K21, what is something you'd like to see implemented in My League Online?
And the other game is that as the year goes along, they're able to implement more things into the game, different things that wasn't there before.
The Twin Cities. Getting late in the season, let's see how the standings are out west. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. They've done well enough to be in 5th place in the conference so far. And, of course, the Timberwolves. They find themselves in the dregs of the conference.
Well, right now for the Timberwolves, they haven't gotten anywhere near where they wanted to be this season. Pretty clear there's a big talent gap between them and the true contenders.
Well, you hope that they realize that and they have some self-awareness, but can they win some games, carry some positive energy, maybe some momentum into the offseason with which to build on?
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Chris Paul is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Dort in at the small forward. And for Minnesota, D'Angelo Russell out there with Beasley. Then there's Towns, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the power forward. And tonight, Brent, classic battle of pivot men. Talk about some of your favorite center matchups historically.
Well, we hear a lot and we see a lot in terms of the nostalgia of Wilt Chamberlain going up against Bill Russell. I remember years watching in front of the television Hakeem Olajuwon playing against David Robinson in some Western Conference battles. I don't know that we're going to see that much in the next 4 or 5 years, Kevin. We know where the game is going, and those post matchups end up becoming somewhere near the three-point line nowadays.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
No, he's automatic from the mid-range, and the defense knows that. It's a mistake to give up a shot like that.
That one may be a little beyond his comfort zone, but he made it count.
And I like Russell's ability to create for others. He does what's best for the team.
Gallinari on the wing. A baseline J. Up again. And Karl-Anthony Towns pulls it down. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. The pass to Okogie. It's hauled in by Adams.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Maybe they can find a way to establish some rhythm in the next few possessions with the extra pass.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Working on Beasley. Paul from deep three-point land. That shot missing. So Minnesota will take it the other way. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there. And I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
You can't allow any opponent to shoot that kind of percentage. If you do, it's just going to be so tough to keep up.
Now Gallinari after the missed three from Karl-Anthony Towns.
Excellent job of simply taking what the defense offered up. Well, that's a guy out there in Steven Adams that you just have to pay attention to. Every night he's going to bang around the opposing big guys and be a threat around the rim to score and pick up offensive rebounds.
Towns, the best Hernan Gomez. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Count that one. Okogie's got 5 points so far. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Thunder. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Paul. Nice D from Russell. And with Adams on the offensive glass, he is impossible to move.
Well, that's a big reason why a couple years ago, Kevin, he grabbed more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds. So you know he's going to live in the paint.
Now, here is Hernan Gomez. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Houston.
And he also controlled the boards. He just seemed to be in the right position every time the ball came off the rim.
And they pick up 2. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Gilgeous-Alexander with it. No points in the game yet for him. He kicks it to Paul. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
It's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. Noel passes to Ferguson. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Minnesota in the lead. Pass to Johnson. Timberwolves passing it around. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz. There's 38 seconds left here in the first quarter. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
Yeah, easy call.
The Timberwolves shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Thunder trailing by 4. Pass to Diallo. Here's Ferguson. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Now here's Culver. He's guarded by Diallo. Johnson tips it back in.
Just a nice job of snipping one out right there. Would love to see Johnson try to get a few more of those freebies.
Now Schroeder. And so it's Minnesota with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious. Chris Paul talks about the matchups he faces at the point.
Toughest position in the NBA night in and night.
And CP3, one of the most competitive players in the game.
It's an obsession with him, and you can see how hard he gets after it every time he takes the court.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Johnson is out there with Layman. Then it's Culver, and it's Reed in at the pivot spot manning the middle. Brent, at this point, perennial contenders sometimes coast to the final games of the regular season. Any danger that they can't hit that right button or flip the switch and get back into gear?
When you hear analysts say that the playoffs are all about matchups, they are exactly right. You and I talked about this, Kevin, several years ago about the time. Going into the playoffs, teams don't have to be hot. You don't have to be 10-2 in the last 12 games for your playoffs, because all of a sudden, if you're matched up against a team that's owned you all year long, your chances of winning that series are very, very slim. So it becomes just let's get in and let's find out who we're playing, and then we'll get to work.
Fires top of the key. And that one hits back iron.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Thunder trailing by 6. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's Noel, and slam dunk by Noel.
And trust me, Dennis Schroeder would love to score the basketball, but his ability to set up his teammates is also effective.
Passes it to Culver. Takes the 3. With the putback. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Layman's got his first points of the night.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Puts it up. Reed with the rebound.
Well, one player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Mike Muscala. Alinari comes in for Diallo. And Paul subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. And for the Thunder, one of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
Unselfish play of Chris Paul there, has a knack for knowing when to get his guys when they're wide open.
Beasley with a clean look, and there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
There's the pass to Robertson. Alinari outside. Oklahoma City moving the ball around to the paint. Towns with the steal. On its way from Beasley for 2. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. And now it's an 11-point Minnesota lead. Beasley comes to the double team. Noel dishes to Paul. 1:29 left now here in the second. Bangs home the trifecta. Paul's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Here's Russell with the 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Here's Towns, and Towns throws it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
And Adams kicks to Robertson. Paul looking over the floor. Pass to Noel. 6 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. The offensive rebound. Adams. Johnson with the block.
Well, if you can use that athleticism on offense, why not try it on defense? James Johnson putting his 7'1" wingspan to great use.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for Oklahoma City, trailing by 13. .11 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Here's Towns, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. Thanks for the great interview, David, and we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of basketball following him.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, it's Minnesota out in front at the half. They have a 13-point lead. How about you, Shaq? What'd you think about Minnesota? And that's a wrap.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You look at Chris Paul, what a contribution.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Taking a look at the Thunder, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Chris Paul. And it's Dort into the small forward position.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Over to the wing. Paul outside. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. From deep three-point range, and it's Paul missing. Timberwolves leading by 13. Passes to Okogie. Beasley outside. A three-pointer off the mark. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Paul. The Thunder shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. Schroeder against Russell. Schroeder outside. Here's Dort. Second chance shot. Adams' shot is off.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
Here's Hernan Gomez. Gets the 14-footer to fall. Hernan Gomez has got 6.
How about the recognition from Culver? Terrific at realizing when the defense has broken down.
And here's Schroeder. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game. Gallinari passes to Dort. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
And while we got a chance, let's look at some numbers for Adams. He's averaging 11 points a game, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. And very few players in the league can go out and produce like he has. Just a great stretch for him.
He keeps playing like this, and you know in arenas, especially at home, when the star player is playing this well, those MVP chants come raining down.
Timberwolves leading by 13. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Outside Russell. It's stolen by Schroeder. Here's Diallo. No good. Shot missing. And Minnesota will come the other way. From deep. That's tipped and out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. And you watch Dennis Schroeder, you can see how deadly Brent he can be when he's locked in.
Well, he accepted the role in Oklahoma City about coming off the bench and trying to be a spark plug. For Schroeder, it's really about consistency, Kevin.
Nerlens Noel checks in for the Thunder. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Timberwolves have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Here's Culver, and then Culver with the dunk.
How about the force there from Culver, making sure to finish with power, leaving no doubt with that finish.
Diallo kicks to Noel. Over Hernan Gomez. The Thunder with another miss.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got his 4th assist in this one.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Schroeder outside. 1:16 left in the third quarter of the game. 5 on the clock. Here's Ferguson. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him, but they'll get another chance. Now here's Schroeder. Jacks up a 3. Doesn't go that time. There's 49 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's Culver. Off the left rim and out. Thunder trailing by 17. Now the pass to Noel. Now here's Schroeder. He's guarded close. Knocked loose.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Lays it up off the glass.
And even though Schroeder might be on the light end of things when it comes to his weight, he remains relentless driving towards the basket.
Culver with it. Pass to Layman. And so it's Minnesota feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. What a night they've had in. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Well, sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. We've got Johnson. Russell is out there with Malik Beasley. Then there's Towns, and it's Okogie in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
And for a player with his size, Towns has always been very comfortable at the free throw line. And that's a good thing because he finds himself there quite a bit.
Alinari, he's checked in for Noel.
Well, it's been up and down the last few years for Nerlens Noel, but there are still some impactful numbers for the minutes that he's on the floor as a rim protector.
That one falls. And that's 10 points for Chris Paul.
So creative right there. Paul's fantastic at finding ways to get inside and capitalize, whether it's him or a teammate.
Here's Okogie. Towns, high post. To the left wing, unloads. The putback, and it's Towns on the follow. Towns has got 4 points now in the quarter.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Paul, no one around him. No good on the triple. For Noel, his numbers will never match the visual impact he has on the floor, wouldn't you say?
Oh, he's definitely a player about the little things out there, just being a rim protector, making sure that guys think about him when they're attacking the rim.
Russell against Paul. And it goes for the 5th time in 10 shots for him this game.
Well, what we've seen here tonight, Chris Paul can put points up on the board still in a hurry, just carrying the offensive load right now.
Pass to Okogie. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Got the number of trades now starting to involve stars. It feels like the league's power balance is always shifting to some degree.
Yeah, and I think organizations that are trying to stay ahead of the trend, Kevin, might think about, we might have a star for just 2 years. How can we get the next one? Backside of that, Kevin, is a lot of these star players are signing deals that are not extending to 4, 5, 6 years. You can't even do that anymore. So you get a guy for a couple years. What he wants to do is maximize his earning potential for 1 or 2 seasons, become a free agent again, and then look around the league where opportunities not only to win, but to also cash in. That's what's happening in today's game.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Poked away, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul. Russell against Paul. 5 to shoot. Elbow shot, and that one's good. Russell.
It's nice to see Russell's discipline. Stays patient and earns the shots he gets.
Drive by Adams, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one's on Johnson.
Clearly a foul.
First free throw is good. Brent, a few players now host podcasts, participate with those elements, with those vehicles during the season. Thoughts on that?
I think it's great. I think it's fantastic for our fan base and for our players to have an outlet, to have conversations and share a little bit more about their personality. It grows them as people, I think, Kevin, especially I've listened to J.J. Redick's many times over, and you learn something new, not only about players, but about their interests and how they're spending time. And I think if you were a young player, let's say you were a high school senior, and you're a college player, and you're listening to some of the things that guys are talking about in their experiences, I think it's invaluable for what it is that you don't know exists around a player in the NBA, and for you to start having considerations about how difficult the task is, how mentally taxing. So these things are great outlets for the players.
And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there. Hernan Gomez down low. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's Evans. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Timberwolves.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Karl Anthony Towns.
I like his aggressiveness here tonight, especially on the glass. He was not messing around.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Ferguson, the pass to Robertson. Got a hand on it. Here's Spellman. Pass to Vanderbilt. Pulls it up. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Yeah, see the coach? He's got that frown on his face. I think we know why. Not a high percentage look.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. The pass to Nader. Pass to Baisley. Shot clock at 5. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. From deep three-point range, it's off. So it's Minnesota winning this one easily. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate it.